Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Brokerpreneur Podcast. I'm Dr. Ben Spears, the ambassador of Flow. I'm here with the big guy, as I like to call the Lord of the Value.
Okay.
Right? Because he's always bringing that value every single podcast for you guys, and I love it. I like just sitting here listening. Matt, bye. How's it going, Matt?
Doing absolutely fantastic, Ben. And of course, as always, I'm flattered by your intro.
Yeah, man, you should be, right? I didn't mean like you collect coupons.
Different kind of value.
Right. That's a different Lord of the Value.
Right.
Right? Like, if you've
That's the
seen
Lord
those,
of Groupon.
you ever seen those those guys and gals who are out there like clipping coupons and they go buy like $700 worth of groceries and it's like $4?
Right. Or they get like 8 cents back.
Yeah, they get like 8 cents back. How
Yeah.
in the world? Anyway, those people are amazing.
Yep.
Man, I don't know how to do that, or I would probably think about it.
I know.
I don't know that I would take action on it.
Probably a whole lot of food that you don't want, though.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine, right? You go there and you buy like
a lot of body wash.
17 body washes. Yeah.
Buy one, get 96 free.
Yeah. I bought like this is the sidetrack. It has nothing to do with value of any form or fashion.
It's valuable that you're saying it, Ben.
It is. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's why you're the Lord of Value and listening. The Lord of listening. You're the Lord of lots of things.
You're the Lord of flattery.
When I was in college, right? Because in college, you're not like the richest person in the world,
Right.
I went and I was like, I need to get some soap, some body wash, whatever you're gonna call it, and I go to, gosh, what was the name? It was like a Winn-Dixie or something like that. And I go to like soap.
Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, it was similar.
Right. Food line. Yeah.
But I got this. It was like some kind of like strawberry passion fruit. Like it was just red. I don't remember what it was. But it was like, man, this is gonna smell good.
Right.
I get this thing home. And it was like 79 cents.
Right.
Right. I was wrong. I started using this, and it is like the
Book
most.
on the rash.
It was like the most disgusting smell that you've ever smelled in your entire life.
And being in college, it probably lasted for 6 months, right?
Yeah, exactly. But being in college, man, I used that stuff till it was gone.
Yeah.
But it really made me feel like that smells like pure kerosene. But anyway,
But it was 79 cents.
It was 70. But yeah, it was 79 cents.
And you felt like you were clean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I felt clean at the end.
Right.
Once it was all washed off of
Right.
me. And I got 2 extra miles to go. Just for being in my car. So Matt, talking about value. Tell us what we're talking about today, and I'll let everybody know how to follow us.
Yeah. So what do you share, and how do you show value? Really, we're going to dig into that today. Give you some ideas of what you can share with people, because a lot of times when we connect with them, that initial conversation, for whatever reason, doesn't go exactly the way that we want to, but we still want to stay connected because they might be that quality addition to the team.
Yep.
So you got to have a valuable, quick, right, like snap, quick draw McGraw type of, right, Speedy Rodriguez, right? You remember him off of
Speedy Gonzalez.
Was it Speedy? No. Speedy Gonzalez. No, that's
the mouse.
Yeah, that's the mouse. Who was the Slowpoke Rodriguez?
Oh, Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Yeah. He's the one who always carried the gun, right?
Yeah, Speedy. Yeah.
Speedy Gonzalez and Slowpoke Rodriguez. Right?
Exactly.
I just mushed them up into one rat. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to talk about how to deliver some value that's just really super quick. Right?
Yeah. Man, I forgot about Slowpoke Rodriguez. That guy was hilarious.
He was. Don't mess with him, Jack.
Yeah, what a great character.
He was a Second Amendment guy.
Yeah. So guys, wherever you're following or wherever you're listening or watching this, make sure you hit that follow and subscribe button. There's no better time than the present than to go to Brokerpreneur Podcast. Can't talk today. And sign up for our weekly newsletter. It is absolutely filled with, our latest podcasts, our latest blogs that we've written, some special offers on some of the programs that we offer. Also, some content that, we pull from the internet that we feel like would be like just killer stuff for you to know to help engage with the agents in your office, but also engage with some of the recruits outside of your office that you want to be part of your brokerage. And then we throw in some funny things. Every time as well, just to make sure that you get a good laugh, and because I think everybody needs to just be entertained a little bit.
Absolutely.
It's a tough job that we all got.
100%.
And we don't got it.
Yeah.
It's a tough job you used to have.
Right.
But you got to make it fun every now and then. So, Matt,
Yes, Benny.
what do you share to show value to the recruits? And always leading with value, and knowing how, if you're actually even doing it. Right?
Yeah. So here's what. Let me talk for just a split second about how to introduce them into the conversation.
Perfect.
Right. Okay. So if you reach out to someone and you're connected with them and you have a conversation, you're like, hey, do you want to do this? Right. And they're like, yeah, I'd love to sit down and talk. And it's funny that you called because I was thinking about it and everything. That doesn't mean that you're going to cover them up with lead magnets from that phone conversation, right? Mm-hmm. Or it doesn't mean that you're going to try to add that extra value or whatever it is that you're going to do right then. But I would still follow up with it. Okay. Right. So I call you and you agree to an appointment and we're going to meet Tuesday at 2:00 and whatever and all that kind of stuff. I hang up. One of the ways that you can use some type of value follow-up is you're going to reach back out to them. Hey, it was really super great talking to you. Really looking forward to Tuesday at 1:00. By the way, here's something that I came across that I hope helps you out with your business. And just send that over to them, right? So now that is going to make them less likely to stand you up on that appointment. You follow me? Mm-hmm. Okay. And so a lot of times what people do is their follow-up is a very professional, zero issue with that. A very professional follow-up that is all centered around just that interview, right? It's just centered around that appointment.
Absolutely.
And that's the only follow-up they send. That is such a mistake. I can't even begin to tell you. Okay.
Absolutely.
So what that's doing with a lot of people is it's causing anxiety and it's causing them to make a decision between, do I want to think about the future of what's going on with my business right now? Or do I need to get back to this transaction that just caught on fire?
Yeah.
Right? I got a dumpster fire going over here. Which one do I need to pay attention to? They're going to dismiss the other one. If you've given some value and you've led up to it, a couple of times you've talked and it didn't work out that they wanted to do an appointment and you sent some value and then you actually get the appointment with them and you sent some value. There's a certain sense of obligation there, especially if the value is real value.
Yeah.
Now we talk about before the interview about it not being branded. Okay. We think it's really important that it's not branded before the interview. Whole different conversation. So that's kind of how you use this. Okay.
Yep.
Now let's talk about what you use.
Yep.
Right. So lead magnets, right? We talk about lead magnets on a pretty regular basis. We of course provide lead magnets for our clients, right?
Yep.
And the lead magnets are all branded to Brokers Open Podcast. They're all branded in a way so that it's a lot of leverage and a lot of great things that match with events and challenges coming up and all that kind of stuff. And they all will help agents with their business if they just leverage them. Okay.
Yep.
How to get business started, how to make the most of open houses, 3 things top listing agents should do, 10 marketing must. All kinds of stuff, right? We just make those available to our clients because we want them to have those quick value things, and we actually offer them in a flip book format so that people can click on it and don't even have to download anything to see it, right?
Yep.
So lead magnets are a big one. We're not the only place that you can get them, okay?
Of course not.
And we'll actually talk about something in the action item in just a minute that will help people too. But a lot of times we get things from our guest. Right. Yeah. And we'll put those in the show notes and everything. Even if you don't want them, we still suggest that you download them and that you just make a library so that you have those to be able to share. Right?
Yeah.
So you can download them from other real estate sites, right? Other real estate coaches, other, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of different places that you can get them. Tom Ferry's got a great one, 33 listing strategies or whatever, right?
Yeah. 33 ways to get more listings or something like that.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Absolutely.
If you don't have it, you should go download that. And you should share that with people.
Absolutely.
Right? 100%. You should be sharing that one with people. So lead magnets are absolutely a great one. Podcast is another great one. Okay. So Brokers Open Podcast, absolutely. People can be sharing that, but there's other really good podcasts out there, right? Deeper Pockets. I know your wife loves Deeper Pockets ones, right?
Yep.
She's a big fan of that, right? Joe Rogan. There's certain things that he talks about that are
Real Estate Uncensored is a good podcast.
Absolutely. So there's Tim and Julie Harris, right? They have right. So they're coaches and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of great podcasts out there. Go get clips from those podcasts. Yep. Right. And share those with people. Hey, I came across this. We've got a marketing challenge coming up as an example. And this is the guest that's going to be speaking at the marketing challenge, right? Neil Schaefer, right? Has a bunch of podcasts.
Yep.
that should absolutely be getting shared to build excitement about the event, right?
Yeah, we got an event coming up in February. Frank Agan,
Right.
He's got a podcast, Networking RX.
Absolutely.
Right. Same thing. That's a great thing for people to start sharing, because then it leads up to the event. And gets people, excited about, who's going to be the speaker. Hey guys, this podcast is powered by Prospect Boomerang.
We all know broker owners struggle with profitability. Prospect Boomerang compounds your profits by recruiting the best agents to your brokerage.
For consistent growth, visit prospectboomerang.com.
100%. And it compounds their opportunity to learn.
Yep.
Right? So if they've heard a little bit of that and they see it, it's almost like the pump is primed. So that way, when they show up to Elevate or whatever event that we're putting on or whatever it is, this doesn't. I don't want this to be. I'm not trying to make this just about us. Okay, let me be really clear about that.
Yeah.
I want anything that people can come across that they can benefit. I just know our stuff and how it all matches together and why we do it the way we do it.
Yeah.
And so that's why I keep bringing ours up. Okay. So, but there's other really good stuff out there that you can mesh together the same exact way. Kurt McAdante is, we've had him on the podcast before. He's got some great stuff out there also. So, you take those podcasts and you share those. Find the ones that you like and send those clips to people that you need to send them to, right? The next thing would be post. Okay. So there's some really good posts out there that happen through social media. Just save them, share them. Funny memes. I send memes to people all the time.
Yeah.
Right. And I send memes to my family, a couple of them a day. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm from a big family, so it's really easy to hit a bunch of them. Right. But I send a couple of memes a day, the stuff that I come across that I just think is funny, and I actually save them. And so sometimes when I got a few minutes, I'll just sit down and just start sending them out just to, I'm hoping I make somebody smile, right? Mm-hmm. Why would you not do that with recruits?
Absolutely.
Why would you not just send that out and just try to make someone else smile when you've got 10 seconds? Hey, was just came across this meme thinking about you. Hope you're crushing it in real estate. And it's, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So posts like that are a great one. Now the posts don't have to be just memes. Right. It can be other things about what's going on in the market. Right. So if you follow certain people, you can just share that information from those people. Right.
Yeah. Anything from infographics to memes to, essentially articles, which I know those things get shared around like it's nobody's business. So you want to make sure that those types of shares are very specific to the person. And these, of course, we want them to be all, entertaining, almost informative, but don't forget, like if you talk to someone who's from Kentucky, and we just a few weeks ago we had the hurricane go through there, and it was just absolutely devastating. Don't forget the same rules apply. Like if you see something like that, reach out to that person and say, I really hope none of your family were impacted by the I say the hurricane, tornado. I'm in Florida, so I'm used to. Right, I hope they weren't impacted by the tornado. Right, that goes a long way, because there's a good chance that their own broker,
right. Oh yeah,
didn't even bring that up.
Yeah, and just be authentically concerned with them. Right?
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, that makes.
Yeah, if it's fake, don't do it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 100%. So just speaking of what you're talking about, right? News, real estate news. Have a place where you can get real estate news and share that. Let me pause here for just a second. You also have to have a place to keep all this.
Yes.
Okay. So that can be Evernote. Right. If you like, if you're familiar with Evernote, you can do that, or you can download things to a certain folder in your Google Drive, right? If you have a Gmail, okay? Find a place that you can easily access this, and I would say this needs to be digitally accessible by your phone, okay?
Yeah.
Because that's when some of this stuff is going to come up, and it's just going to make it easier to share. Because if you keep everything on your desktop, on your computer, you're not going to be able to quickly send something out, and when you hang up the phone call with somebody, you're not going to be able to get it where it needs to go. Google Drive is probably a really great place to keep all this.
Yep.
Is what I would think, or Evernote, something like that. Right.
Yep, completely agree.
So that's where I keep it. But news, right? So that's real estate business news, right? Mm-hmm. So go to Real Trends, go to National Association of Realtors. We mention them all the time. Your local association, your state association, things like that. You also want to share some good and bad news. Okay, so let me give you a great example. So. a company that I was with, at the beginning of the pandemic, I was still really connected with the company, and as everything started to happen, we put together resources that had to do with how to deal with some of this, right? And we made those resources immediately available to our agents. We got them out to our agents. Hey, here's what we know from the CDC. Here's what you have to pay attention to. Here's what you have to look for. Here's how best practices, all that kind of stuff. We put all that together. And then we unbranded that.
Yeah.
And we unbranded it and literally sent it to every brokerage in our area, okay,
Yep.
which was a lot,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and the reason why we did it was because we know that we had the resources that other people didn't have to put this together, because some people were just reeling, right? They had no idea where to start, and so we hoped that they shared it, but we didn't want to make that about, hey, this is what my company did, and we want to get the recognition,
the kudos.
This was about, hey, we want to help, right?
Yep.
So there was, I don't remember the exact number, but it was on a site, and it was like 800 brokerages downloaded that information.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. So and that was just helping, right? So it's not just good news, right? It's bad news it's bad news as well, right? Speaking of news and post and stuff like that, right? So we've written for .loop, right? We've done a decent amount of writing for .loop. We're quoted in quite a bit of articles with them, and we consider them a pretty strategic partner all in all with everything we do and with the agents and brokers that we deal with, right?
Yep.
And so we've got those articles. So share those articles, not just the ones that we wrote, right?
Yep.
But .loop has a lot of great articles in there, and you can set up so that you get all of them, all the blog posts. A lot of people aren't, right? I think there's listed about 120, 150,000 people out of 1.3 or 5 or whatever it is these days.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're hitting everybody. So share some of that, right? You come across a great article, take a minute and forward it to somebody else, because they put out some really good stuff, and then hopefully they subscribe and start getting some value from .loop, right?
Yeah. And every time they get that, they're going to think about you, because you're the one that got them connected.
Right. Absolutely. So I think probably the last thing would be like best practices. Okay.
Yep.
So what are the best practices, both in business and in life?
Yeah.
Okay. So careful telling people how to live their life, right? That's not what I mean by this, but best practices with things, how do you set New Year's resolutions, right? I mean, send them articles and things along that line that are just best practices all the way around. They'll appreciate you doing that.
Yeah. So now, was it the best decision for you to spend that money on that Corvette, Gladys?
It was. Gladys likes punching the gas, baby. She likes hearing those barrels go.
Is that the best practice, Gladys? Yeah, perfect. Well, before we get to the action item, let me do as I always do. Guys, wherever you're listening to this, hit that. I did that. I went into the intro part.
Right.
Gosh.
Why'd you do that?
Yes, I don't know. Wherever you're listening to this, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Deezer, any of those platforms, hit that follow button. If you're watching us on YouTube, what's up?
What up?
Hit that red subscribe button, that bell right beside of it. You get notified every time we drop a new episode. Go to Prospect Boomerang if you're looking to grow your brokerage and see all the cool things that we have there to offer. The easiest way to see all different levels is to click on Services Overview at the top, and you will see all of our different programs. Find the one that fits the best for your brokerage. Sign up for it. And let's get rocking and rolling.
Right.
Matt and I want to be part of your win. We're going to get to that here in just a second. But Matt, give us an action item.
So here's what I would do. So to just kind of get my head wrapped around it, I would pick a couple of topics like real estate marketing and how to generate more business, and how to control your finances going forward into whatever year you happen to be in listening to this. Go type that into Google. Okay. Real estate, get more real estate listing leads. Hit submit or hit the little magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of stuff is going to come up. Look through some of those pages that are coming up, and I guarantee you there's going to be a pop-up. There's going to be something that says, learn more about this, download this, sign up for a newsletter, whatever it is. Go ahead and sign up for a couple of those.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and sign up for one or two of them that are interesting to you, that you want to lean into, that you want to be better at, that you think will benefit other people. And you can either get some downloads right then, or they'll redirect you to a page, or you're going to be on a newsletter or something like that. Yep. And they're going to deliver some value to you that is just powerful value. Mm-hmm. take that and share it.
Mm-hmm. I sign up for everything. You know that.
I know you do.
I literally sign. I have like 90,000 unopened unopened emails because I just signed up for everything, and I want to add something to what Matt was saying. The reason I do that is obviously I love marketing. I love seeing everybody's processes and that kind of thing. But if you go and you're like building those things, or you're like every time you want to send something out, you got to flip open Google and find something. If you have something or a newsletter or some information that's sent to you on a regular basis from all these different sources and sites that are producing it, it's like having a content creator or an employee that you pay nothing for.
It's a library.
They're just sending you every week or every month. Here's a new thing you can share.
Yep.
Here's a new thing you can share.
Yep.
And if you organize it, I'm not great at organizing my email, obviously. If you organize it, then you can go anytime that you feel like, man, I talked to that person. They would be great for this. Go over to that folder that's about networking. Go over to that folder that's about cost, revenue, and expenses, and training, and culture, and all those different things, and say, yes, this is what this person needs to see. And
Absolutely.
you'll just have an endless amount. So I didn't mean to,
and throw out the crap that's no good.
Oh,
right?
100%.
Because you're going to get stuff that's no good too.
yeah,
right?
and unsubscribe from that.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And move on from it.
Yep.
But the stuff that is good, just keep it flowing and allow that to gather and create momentum in your business and other people's business.
Yep, completely agree. Awesome. Well, Matt, we create momentum,
We do.
right? And we want everybody else to create momentum in their business as well. And we want that for one reason and one reason alone. Tell them why that is.
Because we just want to be part of their win.